Trained by day, Kyle Wigginton podcast by night, all day.
I allow myself one mistake per year.
Only one?
Only one.
Huh. Woo-wee.
Yeah.
Look at Mr. Perfection over here.
And
One mistake.
sometimes I don't even get that one mistake.
Oh, surprise. I'm not surprised by that one bit.
Yeah. Sometimes I'm just that good, you know?
Yeah.
Melinda.
Yeah. Kyle.
Bell.
Kyle with the beard. It looks nice.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Every time I see you.
Every time you see me, what?
It gets bigger.
That is how hair
longer.
works.
Listen, I've known you for many years now, okay? This is the longest I've ever seen you grow a beard out.
Really?
Yeah.
I think, so one time it was actually longer than this. I didn't grow the mustache out though.
That might have been it.
Yeah, so like now it looks...
I don't ever remember seeing you with a mustache like that long.
No, it's a lot. The mustache is huge, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I told you it's getting to be a nuisance when I'm eating food now because I just get food all over the place.
Yeah.
And I warn people too. Like when I was in Arkansas for the past couple weeks, and I saw my family, and we went out one night, and I ordered a burger from a restaurant, and I was like, "It's like I'm just gonna go ahead and warn you guys, it's about to get rough over here." So,
I mean, that may have just been a prereq for the girls that are out and about.
For the what?
You know, for the girls out and about, they want to see how you handle a burger.
Well, I would just tear
With the
into
beard.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they're
just
gonna
making sure you can, tear into other things as well.
Well, I mean that's
Especially with that beard.
it's a given. I ain't afraid to get a little messy.
You never know guys with the beard.
You can wash things out of it.
You can.
What do you mean, guys with the beard? They wouldn't. They won't go down on a
sometimes
chick?
they're just a little particular. They're too like worried about like their beard.
Well, then you're not dealing with a fucking man.
Well, of course, obviously.
You're dealing with a woman with a beard.
Obviously.
Look, I hate soft men.
Who are you telling?
I know you agree with me on this.
I absolutely hate soft men. It's the bane of my existence. But as you would say in our previous podcast,
what I say?
because you thought I was giving out very masculine energy.
I was?
You said I was.
Oh, you are? Okay.
But here's
You
the
do.
thing. I think I just give out that I want a guy with also masculine energy and very alpha energy.
Okay.
Because if I don't, I think because I'm so extroverted, for some reason I attract a lot of introverts who are not that way.
How do you describe masculine energy?
I think I want someone who's capable of making decisions. I don't want to always be the one like, okay, what are we doing? Where are we going? Like, I want you to take control majority of the time. Like, I don't want you to feel like you have to, but that you want to. Like, I don't mind making decisions, but at the same time, and mind you, this is not coming from a financial standpoint at all. Like, I am super independent. Like, I like to do my own thing. It's more so, like, I want you to have a backbone. I want you to be like, this is what we're doing. This is where we're going. Like, let's make some decisions. I don't want to always have to be the one running the show. Because given that opportunity, I will, because I am so extroverted and so very like alpha, if that makes sense.
I think this is strictly my opinion, and it's from the viewpoint of a relationship that I just had. It wasn't really a relationship, but it was like went on a few dates. We're in such a weird place right now with this you take control, I take control thing, because I'm a guy that would love to take control.
Yeah.
100% of the time. But the way the world is right now, it's like what you even just said this. You said, I want you to take control most of the time. Like, what does that mean?
Like, I don't want you to feel like you have to, because this is other narrative that, as a female, like, I want you to pay for my hair, my nails. I want you to pay for every date we go out on. It doesn't have to be that way.
But the fact that you said most of the time, that's where it starts getting convoluted. And it's where a lot of guys get confused. They're
because
like, okay.
I think when it comes from the other standpoint is that I never want to have to be financially dependent on a guy. I don't want to ever feel financially dependent on a guy.
Right.
But again, there's that narrative that, as a male, that you should be, quote unquote, taking care of the household or paying for things. And to me, that's bullshit.
Yeah.
Honestly. But I feel like if you say like, I want an alpha male who's in control of things, that plays in, or there's a stereotype that should play into that, if that makes sense. but I don't need you to financially be in control. I want you to.
I don't think you know what you want.
I do know what I want.
What do you want?
Just, I don't. Again, 90% of the time, I want an alpha male. But like I said, the financially.
Yeah, you don't want a man to pay for you, but you want a man to make the decisions.
Yeah, I don't want you to pay for me all the time. I don't want you to feel like you have to take care of me financially.
So what point of the time does the guy go, hang on, let me take care of this one? Or, hey, you take this one?
When we are fucking, well.
That's what I'm saying. That's where it starts getting confusing.
No. If we're dating, that's a whole different story.
Yeah.
If you decide that we're going to get married and that.
Well, marriage is a whole other ballgame.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's the point where I'm like, okay, you know what? If you want to be in a household, that's cool. But if we're not fully, life partners, I don't feel a need for you to have to take care of me financially. And I don't even need you to financially take care of me, even if we're in a marriage, because things happen. I don't want you to feel like that whole burden is always on you.
So you wouldn't have a joint bank account if you were married?
I wouldn't mind it, but I also wouldn't be like, we have to have it. Because some people aren't comfortable with that. And I understand that.
Yeah, it's, once again, the way the world has evolved.
Yeah.
When I look at my parents have a joint bank account. Mm-hmm. Everything they make goes in one bank account. Yeah. Because it's their money.
Right.
Like where a lot of people these days want their separate bank accounts and they take and put money in a bank account for bills every month. Yeah. And I'm like, but are you really together?
That's true. I mean, that's a fair point.
Yeah, you're two individuals at that point that are
that's a fair point.
Jointly paying bills.
And I think that's what I meant when, like, if we're just dating and we're not at that point where we're married or even engaged, then I don't want you to feel like you have to financially take care of me or take on that extra burden, quote unquote. But it's just, again, especially in the Black community, it's very much implied that the man should be taking care of those type of things.
Why's it got to be a racial thing?
Oh my God, stop.
You said it.
No, I did, but I'm telling you from my viewpoint.
And you don't even date Black guys.
No, but I have.
So when you go into a relationship, do you go, well, in the Black community, we do this?
No, but I'm telling you from a standpoint of where it is culturally that when, the expectation, and that's saying what I don't want. Because I have tried dating Black guys in the past, and they're very much like that. And it feels like financially, if I'm paying for stuff for you, it feels like a control issue.
Dude, I went on one of the dates that I went on this past month or whatever. This girl paid for me, and it just felt weird.
Did it?
It felt dirty.
Why?
Just did. I let her do it, but because she wanted to do it. So I was like, okay, go for it. But it just didn't feel right.
Did you say no, like I want to pay, or did you were just like, okay?
I pulled my money out and started paying, and she's like, no, don't do this. I got this. And I was like, I still ended up paying for some stuff on the date.
Yeah.
Just because like whenever she would walk away, I'd go like buy extra drinks or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah. But
I feel like fair enough. But I mean, I feel like also if you wanted to pay, you could have maybe been a little bit more assertive about it if you fully thought that it was something weird that you didn't want to do.
No, I really don't care.
See? But you brought it up though.
I'll save my money.
That you still felt weird about it. So you care to a certain extent. Because you still said you felt weird about it.
Well, no, I think it's one of the first times it's ever happened. That's why it felt weird.
A girl's never bought you dinner before?
No.
Interesting. Okay.
I don't know what that says about me or what it says about the girls that I date, but.
I mean, here's the thing. Like, again, I don't want a guy to feel like he's financially obligated to pay every single time we go out. Again, if we're married, like you said, that's our joint money. Then like it doesn't really matter who's putting it down, But again, I don't want someone to feel obligated to have to financially put out like that.
So one of the topics she said she wanted to talk about today, putting you on blast right now.
I know you are.
Is interracial relationships.
Yeah. Because it's
What do you want to talk about them?
I don't know. It's
like,
just,
why is the term race is such a weird thing anyway. Like we're the human race.
It is, but at the same time, it's ignorant to say like, oh, I don't see color or I don't see race. Because that's not how the world works right now.
Well, no, I definitely see color, but it doesn't bother me.
No, we're not saying it bothers you, but it's just the acknowledgement of it.
But who's a different race?
What do you mean?
It's like I'm just saying the classification of like race. Like we're all
the same thing that you have to fill out when you apply for every single job.
Do they say race on there? What do they say?
100%. What's
That's
your
so
race?
weird, man. What is wrong with
every
humans?
single job?
The human race is a thing.
Well, according to 99.999% of employers who have to fill out EEO requirements in applications, your race is on there.
Look, start sending them to me, Melinda, so I can have a talk with them, okay?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
Because I think it's dumb.
You do.
I just think the wordage of it's dumb.
It is, but
like,
again,
put skin color on there if you really want to. If you want to get down to semantics, what's your skin color?
Listen, DEI is a thing.
Diversity, equity, inequality. What is it?
Inclusion.
Inclusion. Okay.
It's a thing. And, certain companies get fined. Certain companies get,
I have a very diverse business here.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We have a gay.
I don't know if you can say that.
Dude, Towner, he's cool with it. You got to know Towner.
Okay. Go tell me what else you have.
Well, he's also a drag.
Okay. I'm not sure that's a category, but go ahead. She's a drag. Sorry. We have a vegan. That doesn't fall in the category, but okay.
We have me.
Uh-huh. A cis white male, yes.
Whoa.
Continue.
No one here knows if I'm a male or not, okay?
Uh-huh.
I identify as God.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how I identify. So call me that from now on.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely not.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, you don't have a black?
We used to have a Hispanic.
You don't have a black?
No, we don't have a black.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we used to have a Hispanic.
Talk about
though.
that, quality.
I don't, not many, look, not many black people hang out here.
That's not true.
That want to work at this place.
That's not true.
Who's a black person that wants to work at this place? Besides you?
Yeah, I would totally work here.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You're the only one.
I know others.
But you have a job. So
I do.
Yeah.
I can be part-time.
I don't think, will you be the bouncer?
Yeah.
So anyway, back to the topic.
Back to you not having a black here. Go ahead.
No, back to the topic that we were
a
on.
vegan and a gay, but not a black. Got it.
Vegan and a gay and a white dude. So anyway, back to what we were talking about. Interracial relationships. Go.
I don't know. I feel like here in New Orleans it's harder than it is on the East Coast.
Why? I feel like it would be easier because, not for you. For me, it would. Because the city's majority black. Yeah. So it would be easier for me to find.
But you're also a guy who's also incredibly good looking. So
goddamn right. You heard it. You heard it here.
Jesus Christ.
Mm-hmm.
His head's not going to be able to get out the door, y'all. I forgot. When I give Kyle compliments, god damn.
Just keep it growing. That's why I wear this headband.
Yeah, to keep it contained.
Yeah. Anyway, the last two girls I've dated have been black.
Have they?
Yeah. So the last one was a black and Hispanic mix.
Mm-hmm.
And then the one before that was just African-American New Orleans girl.
Interesting.
Yeah. But clearly neither one of them worked out.
I think for me also, mind you, I love a guy with tattoos. I don't mind a face tattoo at all. But listen, give me a guy with a pair of salmon colored shorts, a nice button down, and a pair of Sperry's. Gross. I fucking love it. Oh my God. I fucking love it.
That's like a frat boy.
100%. Give me a frat boy who's in their mid to late 30s, early 40s. Absolutely love it. Oh, you like them a little bit older, huh? No, I'm my mid 30s, late 30s.
So I recently saw a study where they looked at I think it was OkCupid or something. It's one of the dating websites, and looked at what the preference was for women and men.
That's the worst. That's the worst reference ever. OkCupid's horrible.
Okay, whatever one of them was, it was one. I think it was OkCupid though, but whichever one of the dating sites it was, they were basically doing a study on women's age preferences and men's age preferences. And yeah, you can already tell where this is going.
I can't wait to hear this. Yes.
So women were 2 to 3 years older than them, which is I think what you just said, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And they stayed this way consistently from 20s up until 30s or 40s when they stopped doing the test. And men was 21.
Of course. Yeah. Of course.
Yeah.
That never fails. Listen. I mean, at this point also it's I have to start going after guys who are a little bit older because either they don't have kids and then they're past that age of wanting kids, or they have kids who are pretty much grown.
Right.
Because this whole I don't do kids.
Right.
So also try and date within my demographic at half the time they're going to have kids. So.
Yeah, it's a real problem.
It is.
Whenever you get to a certain age. That's why 21 is a good...
Yeah, right in there.
It's a good age to go for.
Haven't fully, enjoyed life yet,
Well, you can raise them,
Absolutely not.
You can teach them what they need to know.
I don't want to teach anybody anything.
Well, yeah.
I don't want these came from Amazon type guys where I have to sit there and build you and put you together.
Well, I wasn't talking for you.
No, I'm just saying in general.
You want an established man, a man who knows what life is. I want
to teach you what charcuterie board is.
Ugh.
Oh, that has happened before. We went out and he asked me what a charcuterie board was.
Were you out with a retard?
He was actually...
I think I can't say that either.
You can't say that anymore, Kyle. I'm going to need you to bleep that part out. You're going to get canceled super quickly, okay?
Damn it.
You can't say that.
I was waiting. I'm waiting for the day I get canceled. I think you have to have listeners before you get canceled.
Can't be on the podcast with me, okay? He was older than me at the time. I think I was 28, 29.
Mm-hmm.
I think he was 35, 36 at the time. He was in the military.
Okay.
I took him out. So I was working at this Italian restaurant in Boston. And took him out. It was a really nice restaurant.
Oh, he was in Boston.
He was in Boston.
Okay. Never mind. It makes sense now.
Well, listen, Boston's a great city.
Did he have the accent too?
No, he didn't.
Oh, okay.
It was weird. He didn't have an accent.
That's crazy.
So I think he had just got to Boston. I don't think he was actually from Boston.
Okay.
But I think he'd been living there for a few years. And, I worked in a really nice Italian restaurant. I was like, okay, let's go out for dinner. He looked at the menu and he's like, what is this? And I looked at it. I'm like, maybe he's talking about a panna cotta or bruschetta, or maybe a chicken piccata. It's fine. And he pointed charcuterie. And I said, pause. I was like, it's a charcuterie board. He's like, oh, what's that? And in my mind, I couldn't compute what he was asking me. I'm like, there's no way you're in your mid-30s and you don't know what a charcuterie board is. It was done after that.
That was a deal breaker for you.
It was.
They gave you the ick?
It did.
Man, it's so easy to give women the ick these days.
No, it's not. It's saying that.
The man didn't know what a cheese board was and you're like, ugh.
Listen, you're mid-30s. There's some things I expect you to know.
But a cheese board, come on. You probably put it down good in bed. But you didn't know what a cheese board was, so I'm out.
No comment on that.
All the other things this man could have been great at. And you're like, he doesn't know what a cheese board is.
Yes. What are you doing with your life?
Jesus Christ. Why?
How do you not know what a cheese board is?
This is why a lot of men don't even try anymore, though.
No, but it's not at that point in your life, there are expectations of you to know things.
Yeah, you might not have seen the entire world at that point in your life.
Well, then maybe you're not the fit for me. I don't need you to see the entire world. I haven't seen the entire world. But
you got to know what a cheese board is.
At the very fucking least.
I hope you listen back to this podcast and you're like, God damn it.
But here's the thing. I also, as much as I love a man in salmon color shorts, I love a man who's as redneck as they get. Give me camo, give me. And
you think that man knows what a charcuterie board is?
At this point, yes, in 2024. Absolutely.
A redneck?
Yes.
Bro,
I've dated a good bit of rednecks, you do know.
You go back to Arkansas and you ask a lot of
man from fucking Arkansas.
But that's where your rednecks are. That's where I'm from.
No, they're here.
But I'm saying that's where I'm from. If you ask some of the rednecks that I know.
Are you from Arkansas?
Are you serious? How long have we known each other?
I don't feel like you've told me that before.
Where did you think I was from?
I don't know. Not Arkansas.
Not this planet?
Not Arkansas.
Where though? Where else could a guy like me be born?
California.
No, definitely not California.
California for sure.
No, that's why I'm not soft. That if you get a man that looks like me from California, but he's gonna be soft. You get a man who's been hardened.
You're soft sometimes.
In Arkansas, nah, bro.
Yes, you are.
I'll fight you right now.
Let's
right
go.
now.
Let's go.
We had there was a guy that tried to hug me the other night.
How did that go? Why? Give me context.
Okay, so Payson, right? Payson Tremaine.
If I see him.
Okay,
probably.
he was the guy who was hosting our open mics, and he passed away, sadly. Mm-hmm. And we had a benefit here at the bar, and there was a guy that just kept coming up to me, and he's like, "I'm fine." Payson and I had a great relationship while he was here, so there was nothing left on the table, so there's nothing to grieve for.
Yeah.
And I'm just like this at the benefit, and everyone else is crying and tearing up and stuff. And this man came up to me, and he kept telling me, he's like, he would look at me like this. He's like, are you okay? And I'm like, yeah.
He was checking in on you.
I'm like, yeah. He was checking on me. Yeah. I'm like, yeah, I'm okay. And you would think you just walk away. And he's like, I know you're not okay.
He said, bring it in.
And he's like, it's okay though. I know you're not okay. And he's like, come on, give me a hug. And I'm like, dude, no, get the fuck away from me. Like, I promise you, I'm okay. And I kept telling him, me and this guy had a great relationship while he was on this planet. Yeah. Therefore, there's nothing left on the table. There's nothing to grieve for. Yeah. Like, I'm going to miss the guy.
People don't always grieve the same way at all. Like, it's different for everybody. So,
but I'm like, I'm going to miss the dude. Yeah. But don't come to me and start getting emotional. Like, back the fuck up. But yeah, I can't stand that shit, man.
Yeah.
It's not king-like behavior. Do you agree?
I do. So if crying makes me uncomfortable.
If your man doesn't know what a charcuterie board is and you see him crying, you don't think that's going to give you the ick?
Oh, 100%. Guys, well, okay, so this is going to sound really shitty to say. Guys crying gives me the ick.
Yeah.
I want you to be emotionally intelligent. I do. Like, we're past this whole, oh, we talk about emotions. No. Like, you're grown up, talk about your emotions. But the crying part, that's what it is for me.
Well, that's why we build muscles. Because we put our negative emotions in the muscles. Okay. Yeah. Gotcha. And the bigger our muscles get, the more negative emotions we can store.
Is there science to back that up?
Yeah, I mean, it's
okay.
It's
Make
man
sure you
science.
send those to me later.
It's man science.
Oh, man science.
Man science. You wouldn't get it. You wouldn't
Kyle
get it.
just mansplained man science to me. Here we go.
It's a new thing. Wait, I wasn't supposed to say this on the podcast because women.
I mean, listen, we've already gone past the threshold between the gay and the retard. So I mean. You're already past that threshold there.
Well, no, women don't understand that there's a thing called man science.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I'm
Got it.
It's information that I shouldn't say.
Okay.
Yeah. But that's where you store your negative emotions.
Oh, okay. Got it. Is there only water in that bottle or like what?
Yeah, it's just water.
Oh, okay.
What?
Drugs, acid.
Dude, just because. See, this is why we don't talk about man science around women because they do shit like this.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Can I smell what's in that? Okay.
It's water and electrolytes.
Electrolytes. That's what we call it now.
It's man science. I've already told you I wasn't day drinking with you, so
yeah, because you're being weak, Mr. I'm not weak. You're being weak.
No, this old body. I can't
handle day drinking anymore.
This old body that I have now, alcohol just doesn't process well in it.
Or again, you just got soft.
Shit, no, I got things to do tomorrow. I can't be hungover.
So do I. Not about being hungover.
How do you keep from getting hangovers?
I don't. I just power through them.
So you love to live a miserable life? I'm
not miserable through it. I get hungover and I go, I get breakfast and I call it a day.
Well, that's my point. Is I'm so miserable when I get a hangover that I'd rather not have one. I don't think it's weak. I think it's called being smart.
Is this more than man science?
Should I poison my body?
Is this more than man science?
No, I think it's just regular science.
I hear this from the same guy who drank vaginal mead. Talk about poisoning your body. Get out of here.
It's vaginal mead. Not vaginal.
Oh, sorry.
Loser. It's not even potato. That's just pronounced wrong.
Okay.
Yeah. So I recently
that was the part of it.
I recently got an order for a case of my mead. Not the vagina mead.
Oh, okay.
But my regular mead. Because it's fucking delicious.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if I trust you to try it. I don't know if you're going to give me some of the others.
No, whenever I get the good stuff made, I'm making another batch of it right now. I just made Dr. Pepper mead.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ooh. How'd that come out?
It's low.
Is it still?
It's finished.
Okay.
It's just low ABV.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's only like 5% ABV. But when I'm going to make another batch of agave mead. That's the good stuff. So I use agave syrup. One for me? After I do the agave mead, I'll make a batch of Mountain Dew. I got to make 2 batches of agave.
Yes. So I've been wanting the Mountain Dew one for a while.
Yeah, you saw the guy make it on.
I did, and I love Mountain Dew.
That's where I got the idea for the Dr. Pepper mead. So I wanted to make Coke mead, but I saw he did the Mountain Dew. So I was like, I'm going to try something a little different. Yeah. So Dr. Pepper.
Dr. Pepper's good flavoring for me, I feel like.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Cool.
But the agave mead is where it's at.
Okay. I'll be the judge of that.
So anyway, back to what we were talking about. So when you're dating interracially, is there anything you've noticed that's different about dating a white man?
I mean, it's not anything different. It's definitely.
I think there's a lot different.
But I think for me, the reason why I do is because a lot of my, interests and values and hobbies kind of more so align. Like, you know,
Camouflage.
like, you know, it's hard in the past being like, you know, dating a black guy, I'd be like, hey, let's go to Comic-Con. Let's, you know, let's go stay in line for 2 hours to a new like Marvel movie. You know, it's kind of just the interest. Like, oh, let's plan a fishing trip. Let's go tubing. Let's, you know, stuff like that.
Saying black people don't like outdoors hobbies?
We do, but I'm still trying to find the guys that want to go. They haven't come my way. So it's, you know.
Yeah, I learn a lot every time I date someone of a different ethnicity.
What did you learn the last 2?
Don't get black girls' hair wet.
Not all black girls.
Well, one of the ones that I dated, she
Depending
said
on the hair. Depending on the hair.
like C4 or whatever it is.
No.
What is it called?
No. Some women like to use protective hair. So either braids or
Braids. That's what she had.
So like braids or maybe like a sew-in or a wig, stuff like that. Usually not gonna want to get wet.
So here's something cool you can explain to all the white people out there. Is the different types of black hair.
Oh, I'm not gonna have the answer for you.
What do you mean?
I just don't.
You know, is yours like 4C? What is yours?
Mine's definitely not 4C, but I don't know.
But you know, like the C's, right?
Not really.
Oh, okay. Well,
I just know. I don't really know.
Can I get a real black person in here?
First off, I had the same hair my whole life. Okay, and I don't know. Never. Here's the thing. I've always been as low maintenance as possible in my hair. I've never had braids in. I've never done a weave. I've never worn a wig.
That hair doesn't look low maintenance.
Super low maintenance.
Like, it look like you like got product or something in it. What is it?
I literally put water on it and put some leave-in conditioner. That was it. I've very much over the years kept my hairstyling to a whole 2 to 3 minutes in the morning.
I respect that.
Just because I don't have when I had a shaved head, even better. Because literally I shaved it maybe every 3 days and that was it.
I meant to shave mine before too long.
Why?
Mine's starting to thin. So before too long, I'm gonna have to like just.
Oh, a little bit.
Yeah, before too long, I'm just gonna be Joe Rogan up in this bitch with a big ass beard.
I love my man Joe. I know he batshit crazy, but I love my man Joe.
Or you know Kratos, video game guy.
No.
Okay, you wouldn't get it, but Kratos is who I'm going for.
Okay. Video games haven't always been my like.
Everyone knows who Kratos is. God of War.
Oh, okay. Cool.
God of War.
Got it. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. What? You said you go to Comic-Con. You know who Kratos is?
I do, but like when I Comic-Con is like DC, Marvel.
I'm pulling
Vikings.
up Kratos. Okay, I could be a Viking. It's Viking have hair though, right? So I could be a bald Viking. Kratos.
Oh, I've definitely seen. Okay, yeah.
Oh yeah.
I've definitely seen like the costume and seen the references. Okay.
That's what I'm going for when I go bald.
Okay, I'm here for it.
Like that. I think it's me right there, actually. Close.
Not bad. I feel like I've seen some other picture of you with just a longer beard.
It's definitely me. Yeah, so I got my beard out one time so long that it was blowing in the wind. It's pretty dope. Then I was like, I got to shave it now. Once it gets out that long, it's time to go.
I don't know. I've seen the resurgence of many guys on Instagram with the very, very, very long beards.
You think it's because they have an ugly face, though?
I don't know. It's always hard to judge somebody who, like, if you've never seen them without the beard, how they would look like without it.
That's actually what the girl I was just dating said. I was pulling my phone up one night to show her a picture of something, and my headshot popped up, my acting headshot. And she's like, who is that?
Really?
And I was like, that's me without a beard.
You don't, I mean, maybe because I've known you for so long, you don't look that much different with the beard than without. I mean, no, it looks good, but I'm saying like, it's not like you can't pull up an older picture of you and be like, oh no, who's that?
How can you picture me without a beard though?
Because I've seen you without a beard.
But yeah, but I'm saying like, if you never saw me, then I would definitely look different without a beard.
I don't know. I don't think so. Again, like I said, that's probably because I've known you for so long. So for me, it's hard to.
So the topic that you said you want to talk about today.
Oh my God, we talked about it. Like
you really haven't said much about it though.
Maybe you're asking the right questions.
I assume that you would like have a whole dialogue about.
I do. You're just you're not leading the right way.
Are you scared to say these things?
No, I'm not scared to say these things. It's just like, it's just,
But you're depending on me to start these conversations.
No,
when
you're
it's your
just like
conversation.
you're the interviewing though.
It's not an interview. It's a podcast. It's a two-way street here.
Yes.
You can ask me questions. I can ask you questions.
Okay.
So what were you saying about interracial relationships?
It's just like I said, it's hard here in New Orleans. It's this is primarily a chocolate city, which we love, and it's just harder to find guys who
White boys.
yes, but also again, I'm not saying I wouldn't date a black guy. I have in the past, but find them here who are into the same things I'm into, but also realizing that, like, listen, Essence Fest is not my jam. You're not going to catch me at Essence Fest. You're not going to catch me in a club. You're not going to catch me in a lot of these other spots.
I feel that.
I want to go to a dive bar. I want a seat. I want to sit down because I'm old. Like, I don't want to be out here in these streets. And you're probably not going to catch me dressing a lot of the ways a lot of these other women dress. The things that they're attracted to. Because it's just not my jam. Like,
yeah, I don't do the festival shit anymore either. Yeah, I'm just over that.
Like, I don't, every once in a while, I don't mind a good like OAR. You know who OAR is?
No.
Do you know who Dave Matthews is?
Yeah.
Yes. If there was like a festival with like Dave Matthews, I wouldn't mind going to that.
Okay.
But that's kind of
fuck that.
Oh, Dave Matthews is fucking amazing.
Wow. No.
Yes. Amazing. Like, love of my life, Dave Matthews.
That's why you're having problems with finding a man right there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not gonna find a guy that wants to sit in a car and go on a road trip and listen to like 4 Dave Matthews Band's album in a row. Or hey, let's go fucking Metal Fest. Like, like there's Mayhem Fest and all these other festivals that Death Fest in Maryland. Like, there's stuff like that I want to go to.
Yeah.
That I primarily wouldn't find in another significant other in the black community.
You could probably find that.
Dude, needle in a haystack. Trust me, I've been looking. Trust me. It's and then it's also like, there's that whole thing like just now I think it's become acceptable for people to be into other things than what they're pigeonholed into.
What do you mean?
So in the like early 2000s, it was like, you listen to metal, you gotta be that random like kind of only random black kid that's hanging out with the emo kids. Or the random like token person that's going to this metal show or going to these type of events. Now it's more acceptable than it was later 90s, early 2000s. So it's kind of just trying to navigate that a bit more.
So have you been on any dates since the last podcast we had?
No. I think there was a period where it just kind of gave up. So I started seeing somebody for a little bit. They were another regular a bar I go to a lot.
Okay.
We're unnamed that bar.
And I can guess right now, but yeah,
we're not gonna say it. And he just like, this is gonna sound really shitty to say. He just texted too much. Like when I was at work, shut up. When I was at work, I'd be like, hey, like I'm working. Like I'll text you when I get off. He's like, are you off yet? Like, what are you doing? And then if I didn't text him back enough time, he's like, oh, I didn't hear from you all day yesterday. Like, sorry, I'm fucking busy. What do you mean I hear? Like, what? And he like made it a thing. Like, I'm not like, we're not exclusive. We're not seeing each other like, we're not at that point yet. We're seeing each other every day. It's like, why? We've only been talking for a couple of weeks. Why are you worried that I'm not texting you back in that same day?
Well, no, this brings up a great point.
Yes.
If I'm making the choice to go on a date with you, then okay, let me put it this way. 1 date, not exclusive. 2 dates, I think that we need to start like if we like each other to go on a second date, then let's stop the bullshit with all the other people.
Yeah.
And focus on one.
For sure.
And I think that a lot of people
hadn't even been on a date yet.
Well, a lot of people
the thing.
Then you guys were just texting back and forth?
Yeah. So again, he was also a regular at the bar.
Right.
So we would hang out at the bar. And then he'd be like, you want to do something Saturday? I'd be like, sure. But like within that week leading up to it.
Oh, he was texting you all the time then?
Yes.
Okay.
It wasn't even like we got to that point yet where like, I think if I don't answer you back within a 5 or 6 hour period, then I need you to kind of just like back off a little bit. Because here's the thing. And when I work, I'm using my phone for work too. So like, I can't sit there and like You know?
You gotta stay focused.
Yeah. And I'm not going to sit and be on my phone all day. So for someone to not fully understand that, when I told you like, hey, I'm working, I will follow up with you later on or I'll text you later on, and you just don't have that patience, just kind of, I don't know. For me, it's just like, it was a little bit too much too quickly.
I get that.
And then when we went to the bar and we were there together, he was very much like the whole time, like seat right next to mine, a lot of this, a lot of like this and this. And I'm like, bro, I need you to like cool it down a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, I don't mind affection in public. I've never minded that at all, but it was a lot.
So are you guys still cordial at the bar you go to?
Yeah, of course. But like,
That didn't make anything weird? Actually, you guys didn't bang. If you guys would have banged, it probably made it weird.
That would have been different. But no, we didn't. And it was just like, he's like, oh, so you're not texting me anymore? Like, that's what made it awkward, because he brought it up too. And I was like, I've just been busy. It's
communication.
Yeah.
Got to communicate.
Yeah. And I feel like I set those boundaries to be like, hey, like, I'm working. I'll text you when I'm, off or later on or something like that. And it was still like, what are you doing? Why didn't you text me back?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I get that. Okay. But I'm saying if you've already like slept together and you've been on a couple of dates, totally different aspect.
100%. Like,
yeah, stop talking to other people.
Exactly. If we're dating, we're seeing each other, like, stop it.
Mm-hmm.
There was one guy I dated, or we went on a couple. No, one. Actually met him on Bumble.
Mm-hmm.
Went out, and he didn't say anything about being like poly or anything like that. And I think I told you this story last time. So come to find out, he was in an ethically non-monogamous relationship, but I didn't know that. So we're out, we're dating, and he's like, we went on a date, and he's like, towards the end, he's like, hey, like, can we, go out again this weekend? I'm like, sure. He's like, hey, but I should also tell you that, I am living with somebody, in a relationship with somebody, but we have the understanding that if, something, we were to meet someone else and they got serious, we're stop seeing each other. And I'm like, sir, why would you wait until the entire day to tell me that?
So he's just got somebody he's banging.
Yeah, and living with them.
Yeah, then he'll leave him if why does he have to put ethically in front of it?
I don't know. I think that's just the thing to make people feel better about being in open relationships.
Mm.
And they feel like they're telling you up front, so it's like not a secret.
I'm in an ethically non-monogamous relationship. I feel like you got to say it kind of in an effeminate way.
You do. Yeah. Damn, this whole podcast is gonna get us like.
I'm being honest, man. Like, I think that's a very sad way to live life.
I mean, people can make their choices and it's on them, but at the same time, like, I need to be 120% upfront. Like, I wouldn't have even gone on a date with him had I known that.
Yeah.
Like, why waste my time?
You make him pay? I would have. After that, I'd be like,
I think we were going, like, I had an open tab. I got there before. I like to, like, kind of have a couple of shots before they get there.
Mm-hmm.
So I think he had his own tab. Also, I went to Snake and Jake's last weekend.
Okay.
I hadn't been there in a very long time.
Yeah.
That was a whole thing in itself. There was this whole thing of, like, there was a lot of single guys there, but, like, the quality just was not there. There was one guy I started talking to, like, he was too old. I was like, abort mission. Because he asked me, like, hey, you guys speaking to my good ear. I was like, nope.
Wow.
Like, he looked young enough. But when he told me I had talked to his good ear, I was like, abort mission. Like, we can't. No, thank you. So I started talking to this other guy.
But I mean, he was showing you that he wanted to listen, though,
He did. But I had to listen. He had to listen with the good ear.
He didn't have to tell you that. He could have just nodded his head yes the whole time.
He could have, but you know what? I have to draw the line somewhere. That was a bit too old for me.
Okay, so you got to have 2 ears. You got to be in a Comic-Con. And you got to know what a charcuterie board is.
Yeah. Also, you have to like sports. I forgot about that too.
And like sports. So I'm out.
Like, I mean, hardcore. Like,
yeah.
Hockey, baseball, football. Like, you have to.
No, thank you.
And that's the other thing. Like, when I was in DC, like, I went to every hockey game I could. I love hockey. Like, obsessed with it. Like, I need a guy to also be obsessed with it.
You got to get your hockey player then.
Listen, I've been trying.
That's a very masculine people that play that shit.
Oh, yeah. So, also went to a rugby game last Sunday, but that's a whole another topic.
Someone invited me to a rugby game here in the city.
Yeah, it's in Metairie.
Yeah.
Nola Gold. It was Amazing. Super fun. So started talking to second guy, Snake
Okay.
Jigs. He's from Alabama. Like he like full beard, long hair, like 100% my type. Like we're talking. All of a sudden, mid conversation, he starts yelling at these people at the other end of the bar. They did not know who he was. And I mean aggressively yelling at them. And I'm like, the fuck just happened?
What did happen?
We don't know. He just like went off the deep end.
He just schizophrenically spazzed out.
Yeah, I'm like, what just happened? Like it was weird. Like it was really like he was really cool. Like definitely my type, but like the other people at the other end of the bar had no idea who the fuck he was.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, okay, abort mission on this one too. So there, a guy who came in the middle of that conversation happening. He sat next to me, very good looking guy, like, and yeah, he was making jokes about that guy. So we started talking. We were talking for like an hour and a half. Like I was buying shots, he was buying me shots. Like we were. I was like, okay, this is gonna be the one. Like I'm putting all my best work out there. Like Jameson's are flowing. It's great. He's like, what's your Instagram? I'm like, okay. And I'm like, listen, before you have your Instagram, are you married? Are you engaged? Is there a girlfriend? Like, is there anyone who's going to be upset that you're adding me on Instagram? Because I feel like those are pretty valid questions at this point.
Absolutely, yeah.
He's like, oh, I'm engaged. I got engaged 2 weeks ago.
Jesus Christ.
What? What? And sure enough, I didn't follow him back, but I went to go look at Instagram. Sure enough, 2 weeks prior, got engaged. And I'm like, why? Why did I put all this effort? I was like,
was he from the city?
Yeah.
And he was out. This is a very small city.
Yeah.
Like I could see someone being on vacation coming in the city that just got engaged.
No.
That's wild, man.
And I was like, what the fuck?
He must not like her very well.
And he's like, conversation was going so well.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah. And
it's a sad fucking world, man.
I was like, not me putting in all this effort for you to tell me you're engaged.
Just,
like,
there's no loyalty anymore.
there's not.
So why are you still even trying?
Why?
That's what I'm asking. Why?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's my question. Why? Oh, why am I still trying?
Yeah.
Because I'm trying not to, fucking die alone.
But I mean, you see like all these people that are like cheating on their spouses and stuff. But like, what fuels you to keep going, to keep trying?
I mean,
because the odds are it's probably going to happen to you.
Yeah, but I still like want that companionship. I mean, I can only have but so many dogs.
Mm-hmm.
So I still having like that companionship, but obviously you still want to share your life with somebody.
You don't want to be the crazy cat lady or crazy dog lady in your case.
Listen, I mean, there's a potential for that for sure, but
well, you're already crazy, so yeah, that's why we get along well.
That's true.
Yeah,
I think I need to adopt a couple more dogs before I become like the crazy dog lady, though.
Dude,
I only have 2 so far, so.
My parents just got a puppy, and I fell in love with it.
What kind?
It's a Cavapoo, King Cavalier / Poodle.
Oh.
It's a little doll, man. A doll.
Oh, I love pups.
Yeah.
Also, that's another thing. I started talking to this one guy. I think we were just talking about like our pets and whatever. And he had an issue that my dog slept in the bed with me.
It's pretty gross when you think about it.
What do you mean?
I mean, the dogs are out like rolling in shit every day.
They're not though. Like my dogs
They're covered
are very
in hair.
pampered.
I mean, your dogs probably are, but I'm saying
like
the
we
average
go on
dog.
walks, like not like they're let outside for a prolonged period of time. They get their feet wiped down. They're very well taken care of. Like
They lick their butts.
no, it's a cat.
I think dogs do it too, don't they?
Mine don't.
Anyway, I think it's pretty gross.
What do you mean it's gross? It's a
My 2 dogs used to sleep in the bed with me too.
they don't sleep on your couch at all. They don't hop on your couch.
My 2 dogs used to sleep in the bed with us. They were 2 Yorkies.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they used to do it too. But now I feel like when I'm thinking about it now, it's like, it just seems a little gross, but
like, what's the difference between that and them sleeping on the couch?
no, I get it. Even Simba, when I used to keep Simba, my roommate, he would sleep in the bed with me too.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm just saying when you think about it from an outside perspective, I can see what the guy sees, but I've always let every dog that I've had sleep in the bed with me. And even my parents' dog, they kennel it now when it goes to sleep at night. So they kennel train the dog.
Yeah.
So every night when it gets ready to go to bed, it'll literally walk into its kennel and like lay down.
Yeah.
And they just close the door on it. But if they passed away and I took the dog, she'd be sleeping in the bed with me.
Yeah.
So I get it. But from an outside perspective, someone who doesn't like animals, if someone doesn't.
And that's the thing. I would never date a guy who does not like animals.
Yeah, and that's probably with that guy.
And it's shitty because like, I don't want to say like there's all these requirements.
Right.
But it's just like general interest. And I feel like me saying, hey, I want you to have these general interests, it comes across as being like picky or whatever. And it's not. It's like, if we're going to share this life together, like, I want us to be able to go to a baseball game. I want us to be able to go to a hockey game. Like, I want us to have pets. Like,
okay, let me ask you this.
Mhm.
As you get older,
Mhm.
will that list start shrinking?
no,
list of
I'm
requirements.
never not going to want to go to a sports game. I'm never not going to want to have pets. I'm never not going to want to, somebody who's an alpha male. Like, I've tried dating guys who are not alpha males and it did not work out.
So you don't think you're going to get more desperate that you're not to die alone?
No, I'd much rather fucking die alone than fucking settle.
Okay. I respect that.
Like, I don't want to be with somebody that I'm going to resent for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Like, there's no joy in like waking up to somebody be like, I fucking don't like you.
Or just waking up going, there's a human in my bed.
That too.
It's way better than 10 dogs, you know?
Yes.
I don't know. I feel like for a lot of people, their lists start shrinking as they get older.
But I also feel like that feels like settling for me.
It does feel like settling, but no, there's no man on this earth that's perfect. So you're going to have to settle
I don't expect
eventually.
them to be, 'cause I'm not perfect.
Well, I am.
Oh God.
That's
here
my
we go
problem. I
again.
can't
Here
find
we
it.
go again.
I can't find my equal. I need someone that's as perfect as me, but they don't exist.
How are you gonna die alone too? Like, you better drop that list too. Okay, I want to hear that shit from you.
Well, I haven't listed
Mister,
anything
you're gonna
else.
die alone.
I haven't.
Yeah, perfect.
I haven't listed anything
That's
else.
a whole list itself. Perfect. That's a list in itself.
She's got to be out there somewhere.
There's a lid for every pot, Kyle. There's a lid for every pot.
I just need a really, really, really good fitting lid.
Don't we all? Don't we all? I don't even need mine to be that well fitted. Like, it can have a couple dents. It can be a little crooked. That's fine.
I mean,
just like,
that's exactly what you're going to find at Snake and Jake's. Lids with dents and crooked.
You're not. That's not a lie. Like, that's not true. Like, listen, no lies detected. I get that, but
Say it
like,
in my good ear.
but it's like also like, where else am I supposed to meet guys at this point?
That's
Because
true.
here is not happening at this bar.
Yeah. Now, in
Yeah.
a city like this, that is where you meet people, I would think.
Yeah.
Either that or like, I don't know, social events. Like, ain't there like a co-ed kickball league or some shit like that?
I think so. I think I've seen a couple of them around, but I haven't like followed up on things.
Yeah,
like
they're
that,
drinking
but, like,
leagues.
that's what I need to be on.
Bro, that's your jam right there, man.
I know.
You're social. You'd be out there drinking. You'd be playing a little sport. Fun.
That's true. That's true. That's like, I mean, that's a good point. That's probably something I need to look into.
Mm-hmm. I do. I come up with great points.
Oh my God. Jesus Christ. Every compliment is just like another fucking
It's been a good day.
inflation to the head.
It's been a great day.
It's always a good day talking to you.
I'm gonna have to clip
But,
this podcast up, all the good things you said about me, and just gonna be that.
Oh my God.
That's gonna be our clip.
Never again. I'm going to deny all of it.
Too late. Hopefully, some of my exes are listening to these podcasts too. They'll hear all the great things.
Did you date another Melinda?
I've never dated a Melinda.
Because it was this really random. I don't know if you remember. I was sitting at the bar one day, and this chick comes up behind me. And she's like, "Are you Melinda?" And I'm like, "Who is asking?" Because it was very weird.
Okay.
I never met her before. I was
What
like,
she look like?
probably a little bit taller than me, slim. Hair color kind of like your beard, and she was like, "Oh, well, I know Kyle," and he said, "You're Melinda. My name's Melinda too." And I'm like,
I know the Melinda you're
okay.
talking about. No, we never dated. She's a really good friend of mine.
Gotcha.
Yeah, she lives in the neighborhood.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I don't know her last name.
She seemed like your type.
No, she's cool though. Very outgoing, very
Yeah.
good personality. But yeah. No, I think she's locked down. She's booed up.
Gotcha.
Mhm.
Okay.
And they're a great couple too.
So what are you looking for?
Nothing. I'm looking for whatever finds me. That's the last girl that I dated. She walked in here and gave me her number.
How long were you guys together?
Only like a month.
Okay.
Yeah, but I was like, sure, I'll give it a shot. If you're brave enough to come give me your number, I
Yeah.
gotta take you on a date.
You hear that first, ladies? Come to the bar, give Kyle your number and shoot your shot.
You give me your number and shoot your shot. I might take you out.
But make sure you don't offer to pay because it makes it feel weird.
I mean, like, I don't know. It was kind of cool.
Yeah, but it still made you feel a certain type of way. So obviously, like you.
Well, I was waiting on her to put the move on me after that. I was like, is she going to put the first move on me?
How do you feel about women that put the first move on you?
Oh, I don't care. Like I said, we live in such a world nowadays where everything's like backwards and flip-flopped that it's like, I would much rather a woman put the first move on me than for me to put a move on a woman and she go, I didn't consent to that.
So that's another issue I think I find because like I told you, Sperry's, some fucking, salmon colored shorts. Those type of guys aren't primarily going to think that I'm into them just based on looks wise.
Right.
So obviously I always have to be the first one to make the first move.
Yeah. No,
and after a while, it does get exhausted though. Like I don't always want to have to be the one that's like,
So, Bumble, right? Did you hear this? Did you hear the Bumble thing?
What's the Bumble thing?
So, Bumble was a dating app that was designed for women to make the first move.
Yeah.
But women started complaining that it was very exhausting to make the first move. So now Bumble's changed it to where men can make the first move.
No.
Absolutely.
That was the whole point of joining Bumble.
It was, but like I said.
I don't have to deal with unsolicited.
But what did you just say?
No, I think in person. Like I don't mind doing it through an app. But when I meet you in a bar, like there's that issue, like I have to strike up it's not easy just like sending a text.
Yeah, it's not easy to do.
And also like I don't want unsolicited dick pics or you like coming in my fucking DMs and be like, hey queen, sir, you wear Sperry's. Who are you referring to as queen? Like it's weird.
Do you know how many women I've matched with on Bumble that just say, hey, and I immediately block them or delete them.
You gotta have a better opening than that.
That's what they're saying is women were complaining that they don't have an opening, that they have to come up with a line. But they were complaining
from beforehand and they want guys like just like hopping in your DMs. Like I need the women to figure the fuck out.
What's the commonality here?
Online?
Women complain.
No. It's different. Online and in person are two very different things.
It is. I agree with you there.
Like I much rather, make that first move online. In person, it's very different. Like as much as I reach out to guys on the first time, sometimes I want them to kind of make that first move. I
agree that it's different for sure. But in person, a lot of guys aren't making the first move now because of like the whole rape thing and consent bullshit.
Yeah,
there's a woman that you might know the story, but she was a woman that she changed her appearance and to look like a man, only like change her hair and stuff like that, and put like male clothes on. And she went as a man for like months and even went on dates with women. And at the end of this, she was like, I was wrong about guys. Guys have it a lot harder because she was having to make the first move.
Yeah.
She was taking women on dates and the women were not being responsive to her. They were basically just using her for money.
Oh.
They were going on dates using her for money. And she could see all this stuff. And then at the end of it, she wrote a book. And then after she wrote the book, she actually committed suicide.
What?
Yeah.
That's such a dark story, Kyle.
It's true.
What's the name of this book?
I don't know. We can look it up. I'll look it up. I'll tell you after the podcast is over. But yeah, no, it's a really cool story. You can actually find the YouTube video where she's going on dates because some of the dates they were filming them with hidden cameras and stuff to showcase all this stuff because they wanted to like build a whole case around it.
And it's weird because like, yes, I want to, I want that guy to make that first move. But like I said earlier, like I don't expect you to like pay for all the stuff. I don't want to set that expectation because for me, it's just not realistic. Like we're all trying to survive in 2024. Shit's expensive. Like I don't want you to feel like you should have to financially do all that stuff just for you to think that I'm interested in you, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And that's kind of why I was just like, all the other ways I want you to be the alpha male, but I don't want you to feel that pressure of having to financially put out for me to think that I'm interested in you.
Yeah, I get it.
Like, I don't need you to take me to a 5-star restaurant on our first or second date for me to feel like, for me to be interested in you.
Yeah, and if you ever requested that for me, I'd be like, nope, it's over.
Even so, like, if we're going on a spot, cool, I don't mind, like, us, like, splitting or whatever, if it's a pricier space,
Sounds like a lot of stuff you're talking about is the financial aspects of dating.
Yeah, because there's this expectation that guys should just pay all this money, and it's absurd to me that like women like expect a guy to, because when you see all the stuff online, it's like, oh, this guy like offered to take me on a coffee date, or this guy offered to take me to ice cream, and they have an issue with that. And I'm like, dude, it's 2024. Shit is expensive.
Well, I love it when women have issues with that, because I'm like, well, you're not the one that I want anyway.
Exactly.
Yeah, so get the fuck out of here. Yeah, I mean,
I love ice cream.
well, the very first date shouldn't be a huge expenditure, because the odds are it's not going to work out anyway.
Agreed.
Because there's just so many people out there, and you never know what your personality's like or their personality's like.
Yeah. So that's why earlier when you were saying like, oh, like you don't know what you want. Like I do. I just don't want that aspect of it.
Right.
And I don't want that pressure of me and somebody feeling they have to do that.
My problem is, Melinda, I've been single for so long that I love me.
I do too.
I found a way to
not that I love you, but like I love me as well.
Well, no, that was implied. I knew you loved me anyway.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
It's if you look at the bathroom walls in here, people write their love for me on the bathroom walls all over the place. It says like Kyle should go fucking kill himself. Kyle has a small penis. Like it's just it's the way they show their love. Bro, it's the way they show their love.
Have they really put that in there?
Oh my God, dude. It's getting,
I haven't been in these bathrooms in a while.
It's getting wild in there, and I love it. I'm for it. Because you can't say anything to hurt my feelings.
Right.
It's something that it's been ingrained into me from day one.
That literally always brings back to that one time when like we really bonded in here, where that lady came in and was like talking all sorts of shit about you, about how like you hated women and like you're misogynistic and all this kind of stuff.
It's, it's happened so many times that I can't even recall what that one is.
Oh, she came in and I was here. She's like, you're a woman. You should be on my side.
Wait, who was that?
Like she came in and you said something about some girl who walked by, and it was like, that was super offensive, like blah, 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 blah. And she looked at me and I'm like, bro, you can't talk about Kyle like that. He's like, he doesn't fucking care. Oh, you're a woman. You should be on our side. I'm like, I don't fucking know you.
Yeah.
I know Kyle though. Like,
yeah. And he's dope. I'll tell you another one that I did a while back.
I'm just kidding.
So a while back, there was this lady that came in here and she was super, super rude to me. Like very rude in front of everyone, like said some shit. And I held my tongue that night. I was feeling good that night.
Yeah.
So I held my tongue and I let her go on about her business. And she came in here a second time. And the second time she was rude to me again, not as bad as the first night, but still rude to me.
The fuck?
I think this lady's just mad at like at men for some reason. I have no idea. So she, probably late 40s. You could tell that she used to be a very attractive woman. Yeah. But now she's kind of like going downhill a little bit. Yeah. She's still attractive, but not as attractive as she used to be probably. Third time she came in, I was like, this is my night. I was feeling good. I was loose. So one of my regulars are sitting there and another regular is off to the side and she's right here in the middle of the bar and she was actually being nice that night. Uh-huh. And I was like, wow, this is a change for her. But I was like, when I get my opening, I'm going in for the kill.
Oh God, you fucking ruined it, didn't you?
No, I didn't ruin it. I made it better. And it was better that those guys were there to listen to it also. So we have plan B at the bar. This company brings us plan B to keep. If someone needs it, we have it. If anyone ever needs it. So anyway, I'm holding this plan B in my hand, reading the back of it. And she's like, you guys have plan B here. And I was like, we do. And she's like, why do you have plan B here? And I was like, wait, do you even still need plan B?
No, Kyle. Oh my God.
Boom. Sir, you should have saw the look on her face.
You waited so hard for that.
The look
she
on
came in trying to be nice to you one time.
Dude,
you took your...
Oh, it felt so good too. And the fact that those two guys were there, their eyes lit up and their mouths just dropped. And she's like, what did you just say? And I was like, I said,
you're repeating
do you even still need plan B?
Oh my God.
Crushed it. She tabbed out, got the fuck out of here. Haven't seen her since.
Wow.
Because I win.
I mean, that was very good, but man. Ooh-wee.
Hey.
Oh my God.
You shouldn't be rude to people, okay?
You shouldn't. You taught her a lesson. Wow.
Well, Melinda, anything else for the people out there?
No, I think you closed out on a really great note, Kyle. Thank you for having me back again. As always, pleasure.
It was very much a pleasure. Let me know anytime you want to come on.
Always.
Melinda
Cool.
Bell.